On today's episode of Hootworthy, I got to talk to Elon, a senior at GCA who was awarded a scholarship from Jackson State University to play soccer. She's the daughter of our very own Monique Sheffield, a community events coordinator here at GCA. We talked about what receiving that scholarship meant to her, the hard work she put in to attain the scholarship, and her plans after GCA. Enjoy the show. Thanks for coming on the show. Elon, 12th grader at GCA, and you're on Hootworthy because you earned a scholarship to Jackson State University, JSU, to play soccer.
Yes.
What does earning this scholarship mean to you, Elon?
Well, earning this scholarship means a lot to me. It's like a reminder of how much work I put in. And It's like a reminder of like it paying off. So.
Yeah. You've been playing soccer, working hard. I imagine it's not fun all the time.
Yeah.
And then now you receive and earn this scholarship. It's like, man, hard work does pay off. That's awesome. And congratulations again. Not everybody gets one. And look, you're sitting here going to Jackson State University, scholarship to play soccer. So let's backtrack a little bit. How long have you played soccer? What positions have you played throughout? I just kind of want to hear about your entire soccer journey, your soccer experience.
Right. So my mom always said, like, ever since I was 2 and like I was able to talk, like I've always been talking about soccer.
Soccer.
So, yeah.
First word was soccer.
Right. But my journey didn't actually start till I was 9, which is when I started playing rec with my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. And then from there, I played on a lot of teams. So I played like on teams that just played in Georgia. We just competed in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
And then I played on teams that I had to travel across the country to play games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Across the country. So what are these like different clubs? Like I know soccer, can they have like different names? Like this is like the all-star team. This is the select team. This is just the rec club team. Tell me about that a little bit.
Right. So you have like your rec where you like introduce soccer and everything, not really competitive at all. Then you have like select, which I think is still not really competitive, but if you just want a little bit more intensity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to try out for that team?
Yes, that team you do have to try out for.
Okay.
And then like the most competitive teams is like the travel teams where you go outside of the state.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so those teams, and those were probably the most difficult to get on, right?
Yeah, and
to
those,
try out for.
So
okay.
The club that I played like at the highest level for is Top Hat in like Atlanta.
Okay.
So I used to have to travel like 2 hours just to get to practices.
What?
Yeah, and
just to practice.
Just to practice.
How
4
often?
times a week.
4 times a week.
Yes.
And who's driving you?
My mom.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Mom. Big shout out to Mom driving you, right? That's awesome.
Yeah. So for that team, it's like 3 top teams, and I was on the 2nd team.
Nice.
But when I first started off, I was on the 3rd team, so I kind of had to work my way up. Yeah.
You're working your way up. And so on these teams, Elon, were you a specific position? Were you offense? Were you mainly defense? And where were you on there? Or did you kind of move around throughout your soccer journey?
So I'm like one of those players where I could be a goalie, I could be a forward. As long as I'm not on the bench, I'm happy. But I definitely see myself as a forward more because I like to score goals.
There you go.
I like to impact the game a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I like that better than, I guess, stopping goals.
Okay, so you want to be forward and playing on offense.
Yes.
You need to be in the limelight here, just getting hat tricks.
Yeah.
So you had to drive a couple hours for practice. What is the furthest you had to travel for a game on this club that you were traveling around the U.S. for?
Norco, California.
What?
Yes.
You went all the way to California?
Yes.
Tell me about that. Did you fly? Did you drive? Like, what'd y'all do?
We flew. It was actually really fun. It was a really fun trip because, like, one of the things I love about, like, the away trips is we like to explore and travel and, like, learn about the city. Okay. So, like, Norco was a horse town. Okay. So, and I, like, am a big horse fan. I love horses.
Oh, cool.
So, my mom and I, we went horseback riding. And
awesome.
It was beautiful because you could see, like, the mountains and everything.
Nice.
So, it was a nice experience. And,
nice. That's so cool. Yeah. Was that your first time riding on a horse?
No, it wasn't, but it was my first time riding in the mountains. So.
Oh, right on. You're like, don't want to fall off here. Don't get too close to the edge, horsey. I have a soccer career to take care of. There you go. So how did you train for this? I know that, so as an online student, you were probably doing these clubs and stuff. So it's not like you were having to play for a school or anything, but did you have like a net at your house? Were you always messing around? Like, were you somebody that was like, I just gotta be training, or was it mainly like, I'll go to practice and that's where I'm getting all my experience?
Yeah, so I train all the time when I wasn't at practice. I have like a rebounder in the backyard, so I'm always kicking on that. I have like 3 or 4 balls in the house, so nice. I just like dribble around the house. I mess with my dog and I play with her. It's fun. Yeah. And like my siblings played soccer too, so like we kind of helped each other stay on track and like stay focused.
Cool.
So like whenever they saw me like not putting in work outside of practice, they would always be like, "Hey,
sure,
you're not gonna get to where you want to be
sure.
just sitting down." Yeah.
That's awesome. So wait, they're probably gonna see this. Okay, who's the best soccer player? Is it you? Do you want to make a definitive statement? It's Elon.
It's me.
Elon's the winner. Okay, challenge. You're gonna have to do a 1-on-1 or something. She said it here.
I'll beat them in
So Elon, what life lessons then have you learned from soccer? Like what has soccer taught you in person?
So soccer has taught me 3 big life lessons. 1, no matter how good you are or how many people look up to you, like there's always going to be someone like praying for your downfall. So,
someone out there to get you.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You're working hard. Okay.
And then 2, if you want something in life, you have to work for it.
You got to work for it.
No one gives handouts. So.
Yeah, they're not going to hand it out. You got to earn it. And look at you working hard, using the rebounder, dribbling past your dog, and now you've got a Jackson State University scholarship. And then what's the third?
The third one is actions speak louder than words.
Right, so you could have been like, I'm going to be a soccer player, Mom. I'm going to be a soccer player, Mom, just all the time and not work at it. But you worked at it.
Well, for that one, it was a little different for me.
Yeah.
For me, I get really aggressive on the field, so I kind of have a big mouth and I talk to the refs sometimes. And a lot of the refs would remind me, like, you're a good player, you don't have to talk.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like your skills speak for themselves. So like you complaining about a call is like unnecessary because you're gonna score a goal in the next play.
I see.
So yeah.
So let your play do the talking.
Exactly.
You can write that one down. you can keep that from me. So how did you balance academics and sports? Because you said you've been playing since you're 9. So you've been trying to become a soccer player and want to do this. You've been playing at rec. You've been playing at club. You've been doing these different traveling events. So you have a lot of experience playing and pursuing this sport, this dream, but then also making sure you take care of your academics. You've been, doing well. It's not like you've been sitting here being held back or you're just flunking through school. So how did you manage to balance that?
Well, it was actually quite difficult for me at first because I'm a huge procrastinator, so I would always wait till the last minute to do stuff.
Sure.
And then with my busy soccer schedule, I would always make excuses like, oh, I have practice, I can't do this, assignment right now, and I would always push it off.
Sure.
But one of the things that have helped me is managing my schedule, different tools like 30-30-30. It's where you break studying and breaking. So you do 30 minutes of switching subjects and then 5-minute breaks in between.
That's the 30-30
yes.
30 rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's helped me a lot, just staying on top of my schoolwork.
Staying on top. Staying on task. Did you give yourself like incremental goals as well? Like if I hit this, then I can go do something else or do soccer. Did you do anything like that?
Yes. Incentives worked well for me because I was like always thinking about the next thing. So like I was like, yeah, if I do this assignment, then I can do that.
Sure. That's great. So let's move on to what did you enjoy about being a student at GCA then?
Okay. Well, I really enjoyed the flexibility it provided for me. Because, I mean, I have a busy schedule, so I'm always, like, here, there, everywhere. So, like, I really thought it was cool. Like, I could be in Starbucks taking an exam. Like, not many people can say they graduated that way.
No,
so,
they can't.
Yeah.
Using that Starbucks Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Getting the test done.
And another thing I really enjoy about GCA is the events. I like socializing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I love meeting new people.
So tell me a little bit about those community events then. So you're going to the community events, meeting people. Where have you been? Like, what was like your favorite one you did at GCA?
I really enjoyed the mock trial.
Yeah?
I was the judge for the mock trial.
You were the judge.
Yes.
Presiding, Honorable Elon, presiding over GCA's first mock trial.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's fun. And I imagine like you met some people, met some friends.
Yes.
Or did you see people that you already knew?
I saw people I already knew and I met some new people. And we actually made a group chat after, so we kind of stayed in contact. And yeah, it was
that's
it was
fun.
Nice. Yeah.
So have you found then that you've been able to connect and make friends even though you're an online student?
Yes.
At GCA?
I think the events help with that a lot, but also like soccer has helped a lot with that because I was able to get out and meet players and
for sure.
Yeah, teammates.
For sure. How long have you been at GCA, Elon?
Since the second grade.
Second grade.
Yeah.
So wow, you're like full, just like you are GCA and sitting here graduating. That's incredible. 12th grade, second grade to 12th grade. So because you've been at GCA so long and you've probably experienced a lot of changes, GCA probably looks a lot different from when you were in second grade until now. If you could give one piece of advice, I know it's hard because you've been here a long time, but one piece of advice to students at GCA and you knew they'd follow it, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to get out the house and explore.
Get out of the house and explore.
Yes, because there's like so much out there, so much to learn, and we have so much potential that we just can't share to the world if we stay in the house. So
get out, explore, kick the soccer ball around if you need to.
Yes.
So you are moving on to this next chapter at Jackson State, playing soccer. You're going from high school to college. What are you most looking forward to about this?
One of the things I'm looking forward to the most is just like a different atmosphere, different city. It's in Mississippi, so it's like different from Georgia.
Sure.
And I'm really looking forward to playing like at a higher level, on the collegiate level, and competing. So
because that's probably going to be somewhat of a change for you because you're probably used to starting.
Yes.
You know, you've been a big fish in a small pond.
Yes.
Now you're going to be a small fish
in a big pond.
In a bigger pond. Yeah. But hey, like, did your coach say like, hey, if you work hard, you can play? Like, how is your playing time determined?
Yeah, so my playing time is determined solely on me. Like, if I want to put in the work, I'm going to get to play. If I show up to practices on time, if I, like, run, if I have the fastest mile time, those things will make me stand out and definitely increase my playing time.
You want to score goals there. You want to be forward there.
Yes. I want to make a difference. I want to score. I want to put Jackson State on the map for soccer.
But if coach was like, Elon, you're going to play every time as defense. You're an incredible defender. You have a knack for it. Would you play defense?
I would.
Yeah, you would.
But that would also motivate me more to show them I'm a forward.
You're like, I'm a forward, and I'm going to prove it to you. Is there anything that you're really nervous about?
Yes, I'm nervous about not getting playing time as a freshman.
Right.
And I'm nervous about balancing the college workload.
Right.
Yeah, and That's like a different level.
Yeah, because you hear it's like it's 2 full-time jobs because you're having to be a collegiate athlete and academics student. So yeah, that's definitely going to be difficult. So do you know what you're going to study at Jackson State already?
Yes, I plan to study marketing and minor in psychology. So.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
And if you could say my ideal situation 5 years from now, could you tell us? Or are you like, whoa, that's way too far in advance?
That is far, but I could tell you.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to be graduating with my associate's degree this year.
Okay.
So in 5 years, I would hope to already have started my business that I plan to start, which is like to help bridge the pathway for athletes who want to compete at the higher level.
Right on.
So I'm hoping to already run that and
Very
travel because I really do love to travel.
Yeah,
so.
That's what you said. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out the house. Go explore.
Yes.
Well, Elon, thanks so much for coming on. It's been great to chat about this scholarship that you earned with Jackson State playing soccer. But any shout outs you want to give before you go?
Shout out to my mom.
Of course. 2-hour drives, right? To practice 4 times a week.
Yeah.
You know how happy she probably is now. She's like, no more practice. I'm just messing up. No, she's got to drive to Mississippi now.
Yeah, she is. She was talking about going to like away games because we play on like Friday, Sunday.
Okay.
So she was like, oh yeah, I know what my weekends are going to consist of.
There you go.
Okay.
That's awesome. So shout out mom, of course. Who else you want to shout out?
Shout out GCA staff.
Yeah.
Always.
Awesome.
That's my notes.
Well, again, thanks so much for coming on, Elon. Awesome to chat. Stay Hootworthy. We cannot wait to see you score a ton of goals. Hat trick, Jackson State.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.